Welcome back. In today's Daily Health, we've got very important news for people suffering from Alzheimer's. After the FDA approved the first ever drug designed to slow the progression of the disease, there may soon be another treatment option available.
Yeah, a lot to talk about, but that new one could also come with higher rates of dangerous side effects. Joining us now, NBC News health and medical reporter Berkeley Lovelace. You've been tracking this, Berkeley, for a long time. Let's start with the experimental drug, the news today. It's made by Eli Lilly. What is it? How does it work?
Yeah, so donanemab is very similar to Leqembi, which was just approved a couple of weeks ago. So people are given a monthly infusion of this drug, and it's trying to remove amyloid plaque. That's that sticky plaque in the brain that is thought to play a role in the disease. And so what they found is after 18 months, there was a slowing. They experienced a slowing of the disease after 18 months. And so what that meant in terms of like practical time is about 7.5 additional months of time for people to do the tasks that they normally do. Overall, the slowing was 29%, but in some cases it was higher, about 35 to 36% slowing.
So, Dr. Lovelace, with all that said, how is this new drug actually different from Leqembi, which I know was approved by the FDA earlier this month?
Yeah, so they're really not different. They both target amyloid in the brain. Leqembi targets the protein that kind of builds up the plaque in the brain, and this drug, donanemab, removes or targets the amyloid plaque in the brain. But something that was interesting in this study is that this drug was so effective at removing amyloid plaque in the brain that people were actually able to stop taking the medication about 6 months to a year into taking the medication, which is important because that reduces the risks of side effects and also can save patients money.
Berkeley, I know there were side effects with the first Leqembi because you and I reported together on that for Nightly News. Are there concerns with the Eli Lilly drug about side effects?
Yeah, so there are concerns about this medication as well. And so this drug and other drugs in this class come with side effects such as brain swelling and brain bleeding. And so what they found is about 37% of people in this trial developed brain swelling or brain bleeding. About 6% developed side effects, and 3 patients died. And as you recall from the Leqembi trial, 3 patients died as well. And so that led the FDA to issue a warning label, a pretty serious warning label on Leqembi when it was approved, and I've been told that's likely to happen with this medication as well.
So just to clarify, is it similar amount of side effects for each of these drugs? They're similar?
So for this drug, it's actually slightly higher. So with Leqembi, it was a little bit lower. With this drug, it's
Gotcha.
a little bit higher, but in terms of, yeah, it's very marginal.
And then how soon could someone at home actually be able to get access to this medication?
Yeah, so Lilly says that it expects approval by the end of the year. And so we don't know yet how much this medication will cost, which is also very important. Typically, that information doesn't come out until after the FDA approval. But if it's approved, Medicare has said it will cover the cost of this medication, which is important because they are quite expensive. Leqembi, as you know, costs more than $26,000 a year. And so coverage from Medicare is very important.
All right, our health and medical reporter, Berkeley Lovelace, thank you so much for that.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.